We start tonight with the breakdown. The streets and sidewalks near the National Mall have turned into a real game of Tetris out there as the kickoff of the Great American State Fair is now just hours away. Good evening to you. I'm Scott Thuman.
And I'm Megan Clark in for Michelle, and we will get right out to our Washington, D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley joining us live near the Smithsonian Metro stop. And Felicia, talk to us a little bit about some of the disruptions you've seen and heard about today.
Right. Well, I can show them right to you because they are everywhere in this area. First, starting from the sidewalk to the streets, you're going to see barricades, racks up. So if you have a normal path you plan or want to take, you can expect to see disruptions. But one thing that I've heard continuously from locals here as well as visitors are those pop-up roadblocks that aren't announced and that there are no maps for. Detour signs, fencing, checkpoints, barricades, and more fencing surrounds all the blocks around the National Mall. Take a look at this map from the National Park Service. There are multiple restricted areas down 17th and 15th Streets and Constitution Avenue. It adds that areas will also close without any advance notice. Nazir Howard said it's a major inconvenience for people who live here and just want to go about their day and aren't tuned into the events.
I think it's mostly for tourists, and the tourists don't have to live here, we do. And the commute is a lot of changes to the commute because of this.
The National Park Service said there will be access restrictions at the National Mall area by 3rd Street, Madison Drive, 4th Street, and Jefferson Drive. And you also won't be able to walk on certain sidewalks. Sidewalks between 15th and 17th Streets, 1st Division Monument and State Place, Sherman Park, Hamilton Place, and the White House sidewalk will be closed until June 28th. Sean Martinborough is from D.C. and said his everyday routine has steered far from its regular path.
I'm an artist and a writer, so I tend to take what I call bike therapy breaks. So it's kind of interesting coming down here and seeing all the nonsense. I mean, really all the cool stuff down here at the mall.
You'll see a bit of everything here near the National Mall, adding roadblocks on the way to events, or if you're just trying to make your way home.
Some train stations are blocked off, some streets are blocked off, so you have to go longer ways, makes the commute longer.
Something you'll also see if you're out in the area, law enforcement everywhere, especially at these areas with some of these pop-up blockades and barricades, as well as other planned areas. You've seen a lot of tourists as well as locals trying to go back and forth between some officers trying to figure out where to go to get to their exact destination. Of course, we'll have more information on all these roadblocks and barricades and what is currently planned right now attached to this web story on WJLA.com. But for now, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, we are going to have to help people through all that confusion. Felicia, with all of those detours and the road closures that you've just been showing us, what about public transportation? How's that going to be impacted?
Right, that's a great question because that would be the next thing people want to jump to, right? If they know it's going to be hectic driving and even at this point walking. What we do know right now is a lot of the D-line buses are now either temporarily closed or will have detours, and that also is something that is fluidly changing. What we also saw today is kind of an example of what a lot of you can expect, not just this weekend, but multiple weeks throughout the summer. This is the Smithsonian Metro stop behind me on the National Mall side. Now, earlier today, the entrance was closed, and that switched to the entrance now being just exit only. So those are some of the switches that we are seeing nonstop, not just throughout the day, but we know will continue throughout the weekend. But for now, reporting live from Southwest DC, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.